Now. I see you.
Adam, come on. Adam, come on. Normal spots. What?
What's wrong? Connor, what's wrong?
Alright, come on, grab a seat. Solomon, are you in here?
He's right here. He's right here.
Solomon, call your mother real quick. Alright? Take your hood off. It's not going to... For what? Say it again? Okay, not right this second. They just called on the intercom saying he called. Alright. Alright, first of all, good afternoon. Alright, hope you guys have had a good day so far. Happy hump day. We're almost to the end of the week and spring break and all that good stuff, but we still got a couple days left. Alright. What we're going to do today, the do now is going to go up here in a second. You're going to click in your answer. It's 3 minutes. It shouldn't take you that long to solve it. You'll click that in. While you're working on your do now, go ahead and put your homework from last night on your desk so I can come around and check it. What we'll do after the do now is go over the homework from last night, review 5-number summary and box and list plots. Go over your homework, do a little bit more practice with it, make sure that you understand how to find your 5-number summary. Then afterwards, I'll show you how to go from the 5-number summary to constructing the box. All right? All right? Questions on what we're doing today? Questions? All right, do now's up. You got 3 minutes. Have your homework on your desks. Have your homework on your desks. Just grab a different one here. Tell me which one you got.
Someone took my clicker.
The same thing I just said to Aaron, I'm saying to you.
I'll take 22.
Okay, thank you.
I have 22.
Okay, thank you. Should be talking. Guys, will y'all sit down and be quiet, please? Just grab a different one then. I said, that's the third time I've said it. What's yours? Tom?
I just need like 3 more seconds. Whenever I hit enter, it just turns off. Oh wait, no.
Have a seat, teacher. Cindy?
Yes, it's right here.
Send it back. Alright. The question says, Marcy scores on her first 4 quizzes. We're an 80, a 90, a 100, and a 78. It wanted to know what's the mean score, which is the same thing as asking what?
Average.
What's the average? Okay. So when you're finding the average, how do you do that? Forrest?
You add up the numbers and divide it by how many.
Yeah, add up the numbers and divide by how many there are. So I do 80 and 90 is 170. Another 100 and then 78. Total is something what?
348.
348. Okay? Then I take the 348 divided by the number of numbers in the set, which is 4. 4 goes into 34. 8 times, that's 32. Subtract, you get 2, bring down your 8. And then 4 goes into 28. 7 times, that's 28. Subtract, you get 0. So your answer for that one should have been 87 was the average. Yes.
Okay, so that's what I put in, and I sent it twice, and it says 0, and yesterday I sent the correct answer because you didn't enter 0.
So it's okay. I got it. It's okay, I got it. All right, questions on that? Okay, that was just a review from Monday's lesson on mean, median, mode, and range. All right, as I'm walking around looking at the homework, okay, what some of you did last night for homework was you found the interquartile range, which is wrong. That's not what I asked you to do last night. All I asked you to do was do the 5-number summary. Okay, on the board, verbatim, it said, do the 5-number summary for the worksheet, page 178, problems 1 through 5. Okay? Raise your hand if you wrote your homework down. Okay? Adam, can I see yours real quick? Let me make sure that that's what I said. It says, yeah, it just says 5-number summary, which that's exactly what he said. So it was an effort grade to make sure that you did the right thing. If you did it all, you got 100. If you didn't, then you didn't. Okay? Gotta follow the directions. Okay, I was looking for something very specific. All right? I didn't expect you to do interquartile range because I hadn't taught it yet, even though you probably could have read it and figured out what it was. I just gave you those 5 sets of numbers so that you would only do those 5 sets of numbers. If you did the wrong side, and I even said yesterday, page 178 is at the bottom. If you do the other side, that's 177. You guys are smart, but you got to pay attention to the details. Like the little things are going to be whether or not you're getting things right or not. Okay, yes, Trey?
Weren't you supposed to write for each problem minimum, maximum?
Which is the 5-number summary.
Okay.
Yes.
What, did you have to put it on the box or in the English report?
No, I just said do the 5. I haven't taught that either. All I said was the 5-number summary. And so everything that we did yesterday is what I expected you to do last night for homework. Okay, yes, Forrest?
So we did what the page said instead we got a zero.
Yes. Okay? Because I wasn't going to sit and look around to see if you got the interquartile range right. All I was looking for is to see if you had a minimum, a maximum, and the 3 quartiles. That was it. All right? So yesterday, we talked about the 5-number summary, okay, when dealing with data. All right? We said the 5-number summary is just a way to break down data into quartiles, okay? So looking at the box, and the first thing we did yesterday was just identify the parts to it. Okay, so we're looking at a box and whisker plot. Okay, so what's the first point? And it goes in sequence here. It goes in numerical order. This right here is going to be our what? This is going to be the minimum, which is the what? It's the smallest number in your data set. Okay, this number right here is going to be the what?
First quartile.
First quartile. Okay, this number is going to be the second quartile, also known as the median. This is going to be your third quartile, and this is going to be your maximum, which is your largest number. Okay? We talked about these two numbers right here being submedians. So what you needed to find first was this median, and then off of that, use the numbers in the set to find those two medians, and then you had your whole set of numbers. Yes, Solomon? Sure. Okay? So if I had the numbers, let's say I had, give me 7 numbers. 15,
29,
16,
29,
13,
29,
29,
18,
18, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 19,
7,
and
500. Yeah, I said 29.
All right.
Well, you got it.
Alright, so the first thing I would do, and we talked about this yesterday, I know that it's very easy to try and find the minimum and the maximum, but I even noticed yesterday, some of you, when you look at the numbers like this, you look and say, oh, 13 is the smallest, because that's the first one you identify and you just go with it. The first thing you should probably do is just go ahead and do what? Just go ahead and put them in order. That way your minimum and your maximum are already set. So let's go ahead and put these in order first. 7,
13,
oops, 7, 13, 15, 16, 18, 19, 29. Okay? The next thing I would do after I put them in order is make sure I have the same number of numbers in this set as I do in the start. So there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to list my minimum, my max, my first quartile, my second quartile, and my third quartile. Okay? So the minimum is just my smallest number, which is what? 7. Okay, the max is 29. That's my largest number. Okay? I would skip down to the second quartile, which is what you're supposed to do, and you're finding the median. So I would knock one off of each end. Okay? And when I get to the middle, it's going to be 16. Okay? Now, if the median happens to be one of the numbers in the set, then I can't use it anymore when I'm trying to find the rest of it. Okay? So what that does is that puts a balance of 3 on this side and 3 on this side. Alright? So now what I'm going to do is I've got to find the median. So 16 is my second quartile. I got to write that. So now I'm going to find the median of this set and the median of this set. Okay? The median of this set is what? 13. Okay, so 13 is my first quartile. And 19 is my third quartile. That's all you had to do for each one. Okay? Questions on that? Questions on that? All right, check your papers from last night. You just check your own. Just gonna make sure you have the right answers. Just gonna make sure you have the right answers. The answer for number 1, and I'm gonna go through minimum, maximum, first, second, and third quartiles. The answer for the minimum should have been 18. The max was 85. The first quartile is 24. The second quartile is 63. And the third quartile is 83. Okay? Number 2. Yeah, I know you weren't here. So we're just looking at the 5 on the bottom right there. Number 2, the minimum is 14. The maximum is 69. The first quartile is 23. The second quartile is 60. The third quartile is 67. Number 3, the minimum is 1. The maximum is 29. The first quartile is 9. Second quartile is 13. And the third quartile is 21. All right. Minimum for number 4 is 31. Maximum is 59. First quartile is 44. Second is 50. Third quartile is 55. All right, and the last ones. Number 5, the minimum is 1. The maximum is 25. First quartile is 3. Second quartile is 9. And the third quartile is 18. Okay? Questions on any of those? Questions on any of those? Didn't get it, don't understand why? Yes, Naya.
I keep doing the second quartile wrong.
The second quartile is wrong? Tell me what are you doing the first quartile first?
No, I did the second one.
Second one first. So which one do you want to go over?
I will go over number 2.
Number 2. All right. Now, just to show you that I did the same work that you guys did on yours, like I listed all of them for each problem. So I'm going to use my data right here to do it. Is it okay if I go ahead and put them in order tonight? So number 2 in order, it should have been 14, should have been 20, 23, 40, 50, 60, 60, 61, 67, 68, and 69. Okay, so I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 data points. Okay? So the first thing I would do, Naya, and I know this is an odd number of numbers, so I'm going to have a median. I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My 6th number is going to be my median. Because what that does is that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that side. So the median should be 60. Count and make sure that you have 11 numbers. Your paper's on, okay. That's why I try to tell you guys, if you can avoid using multiple sheets of paper, put it all on one, that way you don't.
I think I just counted one.
Jack up the third.
Okay. Like I said, the main thing is to remember that to keep a balance. This is kind of like your little triangle in here to balance your two sides. So it needs to be 5 on this side and 5 on this side for it to be correct. Okay? Other questions? Forrest, you have your hand raised, or was that Adam? Forrest? The third problem? The third quartile? Okay, now, here's the problem with that. You said number 3, right? The highest number in your data set is 29s. So it makes no sense that your number could be 53. Okay, so here you...
Oh, no, I'm talking about, I'm at number 4.
Number 4? Okay. Is it okay if I use the numbers I already have? So it's 31, 43, 44, 49, 50, 51, 52, 55, 57, 59. Of course, you have 57 in your data. That's why. That's the piece about making sure you count to make sure that you have the same number that the data set has. Okay. Luckily for all of these, they have an odd number of numbers. So I bet you counted 10 when you do yours right now instead of 11. Or 1, 2. You counted 10.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I need Ben for dismissal.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Adam.
So if you have an even number of numbers, would you count any?
You would not. Adam asked a good question. So he said if I have, let's say I have 20, 23, 40, 50. So he's saying if I have an even number of numbers in the data set, would I count any of these, either of these two numbers towards my, first of all, What I'm going to do is I'm going to find the middle of those two, and that'll give me my median. So when I find the submedians, which is this one and this one, I can use 23 and 40 because neither one of those are going to be the median. It's going to be between those two numbers.
So what did you just do? You do like 23 to 40?
Say it again. I find the average of those two. So I do 23 plus 40 divided by 2. Then, yeah, we do. Kids, right.
31.5 is the median.
Say it again.
31.5.
31.5, that's 63, yeah, 31.5. All right, yes, Gavin. How will this help us in real life? Okay, now I'll tell you, when I did my research last night, I had to do my comparison of pre and post test data. And the chart that it gave me to analyze the data based on the growth was a box of Whisker plot. In fact, here, I'll pull it up here in a little bit, but you'll need to see right in a second. But here's how it helps you right now. It's part of your 6th grade curriculum that you need to pass it. Like, that's the very short of it. But if you analyze data...
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
would you dial 6201, please?
I will. 6201. Yes, Judy.
Say if you have the numbers 1, 2, and 3.
Uh-huh.
This is that. 1 would be the minimum, 3 would be the maximum, 2 would be your median, and
1.5 and 2.5 will be your submedians. Yes.
I thought that was.
Actually, I don't know. Hang tight. Let me make this call before I do it.
He doesn't understand the question.
Yes, ma'am.
I can kill myself right now.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Solomon, you've been dismissed.
What if you just, I want to leave.
Yes, Forrest.
Like this, a block and Whisker plot can only have 5 numbers. Okay?
Yeah, it'll have at least 4 numbers.
But,
A lot of stuff. It will never end.
wait,
I mean, let's try.
wait,
You're not going to have less than 4 numbers. Okay. Yes.
could it have like 10 numbers? as well?
Yes, it can have 10 numbers.
Like 20.
It can have an infinite number of numbers. Yes, but at least 4 for our purposes. All right. All right. Other questions from the homework before we get moving on. Okay. Other questions from the homework. All right. What I'm going to have you guys do is on side 1 of this sheet. On side 1 of the sheet that I'm giving you, which means the holes will be on the left-hand side. On the front of the page where it says Box and Whisker plot worksheet 1, which is the same thing as side 1 of the sheet, also known as the front. Okay? Side 1 of the sheet, because I know how you guys will say, I didn't remember which one to do. Okay? Somebody's going to do the wrong side. It's inevitable. Okay? Yep. All right, what you guys are going to do is you're going to do the 5-number summary. Okay, I'll write it up here. You're going to do the 5-number summary for problems 1 through 5. Okay? So what I need you to tell me is the maximum, the minimum, the first, second, and third quartiles for each number on 1 through 5. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, Alice and Aaron, my fault. It's not because I don't love you. All right. Questions?
No.
Questions on the assignment? Emma, what are we doing?
We're doing number 1 to 5, we're doing the 5-number summary.
Sweet. Go ahead and get started. We'll take about 15 minutes to get this done, and we'll come back and go over it. Yes, Alice.
Can you work
Okay.
in partners?
You may work in partners as long as you're being productive. Okay, as long as you're being productive.
Can I go to the
About 10, 15 minutes. Go ahead and get started. No. When you get finished, yes. Do the 5-number summary is all I ask you to do. they did intensity, so I wouldn't even see it. Sir, ma'am, sorry. Yes. We do. She said, why do you have to go put your bag in? Put your bag in. You got about a minute to get it done. Yes, ma'am. You got about a minute to get it done. Yes. 1,
So the minimum is 11. The maximum is
Whenever you get done. So whenever you get done.
So 13 is the second quartile.
Can I just label it each space first?
However, all I need are the 5 pieces of information that the box and Whisker provided.
So that means
That's
that's
what we just covered on the board. Like,
12 and 15. Wow.
this right here.
Is it the exact? Well,
I'm looking for these numbers right here. Hold on, maybe it will. Or maybe it won't. Say it.
so 12 and 15.
I'm looking for this. This is the 5 number summary. That's what I'm looking for.
Huh? Oh, that's exactly. So it's different by the huh?
You don't have to. Yes, sir. Now, all I'm asking you to do is give me the 5 number summary.
Don't be like me.
Yes.
Why are you shouting?
Was it third quartile for number 2? Why does it say 3?
Say it again. Here.
Oh, I'm doing so.
Go ahead.
Would that be 37.5?
What is it between?
37?
There you go. She's in the media center lab. That's what we're working on now. Not yet. We're making sure we get the 5 numbers somewhere first, and then we're going to box. Yeah, we're working on it here in a little bit. Start the box. Just got it back at 12:30. Access to. Tomorrow we'll be working on the data part of it. So yeah, but yeah, tomorrow that'll be perfectly fine.
I'll do it back, see what I can.
Sounds good. Uh-huh. Yes.
The second quartile is 37. Yeah.
Did you just call me?
No.
Coach Smith,
Yes.
TJ is a call rider today.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
I thought you might want to know that.
I appreciate it.
Okay, thanks.
Wait. I was so happy. You shattered my dream. And your dreams got crazy. Yes, you shattered my dream.
Come on, guys.
Just proves how much he doesn't like you.
Sebastian. Sebastian, take care of yourself.
Okay.
Stop.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Smith, I'm lost like
About 7 minutes left. All I did was grade it for That's all I graded. So now that I've gone over it again, we're gonna grade this one.
No. What's in between 22?
It is 22 and a half.
What's in between 22 and 22?
How are they 24. Mine.
What's in between 22 and 22?
Oh, never mind, never mind.
22 and 22.
Oh, it's 222.
Nothing. Exactly, so it's 22.
Oh, there's two.
Thank you.
22 and a half is between 22 and 23.
Why are you doing all of us? Oh, he actually, I know him around the park. He was like,
Oh my gosh,
Got about 5 minutes left.
I've been doing worksheet too. Oh my gosh.
Yes, ma'am. I did.
I'm so stupid.
Push careful on the air, my amber on. There you go. Getting better. All this stuff just kind of builds one to the next one. Got kind of fixed your mentality about it. Have you had it this year too? A 6? Every single time? What did you every single time? You only had 2 so far. That's like a 50%.
I'm already done with that.
yeah, you just didn't do that.
It's not fun. These are expensive. These are very, very expensive socks.
Why you gotta lie?
Okay, guys.
God, those socks do cost like $14. Sorry.
Got about 3 minutes left.
Yeah, that's what I have. These are Are you finished yet? Oh, I am. Can I put these stickers up?
Yes. This class is bigger than my set of markers.
I have an A marker in my binder.
It's all good. And you can use that one too.
Except for Adam.
Really? Really? Tennis ball.
Guys,
Mr. Smith, you couldn't cut her. Yeah, they hurt.
it's a matter of opinion.
You don't even have to do that.
I like some people that don't hurt.
1:30 left.
Why are you doing all of that?
Hello, I got two more. What are you doing over here? Trade. Then you just, oh, I thought you said like big. Chuck. Oh, you saw when you brought that giant Dr. Pepper? It was a Dr. Pepper. Yeah, it was over there. It was cherry Dr. Pepper.
I had this whole thing so long. It's up here. I'm not really having another class. 30 seconds. TJ, I'm not listening to this. Makes a difference when you actually work instead of
Make the
10
cake,
minutes
Mrs.
complaining about
Smith.
it.
I hate that.
All right, return back to your seats. Go ahead and exchange papers while you're moving.
Now 30 seconds.
Go ahead and exchange papers while you're moving. Quiet. Stop. While you're doing all the stuff you're doing. Exchange papers. Forrest, are you get it done? Exchange papers. Exchange papers. Down. Exchange papers.
You liar. He kicked it once and it didn't fall. Did he have it? That was crazy. I can't lie, it was me.
Guys, hurry up. Grab a seat. Exchange papers. Better yet, you might need yours. Toss it to Alex. Supposed to be exchanged already. Number one, the minimum should be 11. Check your paper. You're checking each individual answer. Checking each individual answer. Minimum is 11. TJ, which paper you have? Exchange. Maximum's 18. First quartile is 12. Second quartile is 14. Third quartile is 15. Check each individual answer. Going across to number 2. The minimum is 11. Maximum is 18. First quartile is 12. Second quartile is 13. Third quartile is 15. It may be, I don't know. Number 3, the minimum is 32. Maximum is 38. First quartile is 35. Second quartile is 37. And third quartile is 37 and a half, 37 and 5/10. Brian, if you can't read, mark it wrong. Very seldom do you guys check your own papers, make a list. Number 4, the minimum. Minimum is 21. Max is 29. First quartile is 22. Second quartile is 24. Third quartile is 27. All right? And the last one, number 5, the minimum is 52. The max is 58. The first quartile is 52 and a half, 52 and 5/10. The second quartile is 55. And the third quartile is 57. Okay? You should put the number they got right over 25. Put the number they got right over 25. Put the number they got right over 25. All right. Judah. 25. Sweet. Trey. Guys, kill the chatter.
24.
24. Naya.
25.
Sweet. Izzy.
24.
24. Not bad. Toby.
25.
Sweet. Aaron.
25.
Sweet. Alistair.
25.
25. Maya. 24. Still good. Adam.
25.
Sweet. Emma.
23.
23. Not bad. Sebastian.
25.
25. Good job. Brian. By the way, I told you somebody was going to do the wrong side after I said about 10 times before we got started to do the other side. Somebody did the wrong side.
25.
Brian.
25.
25. Connor. 25. Gavin. 21. Not bad for not being here yesterday. Naomi.
24.
24. Sweet. Forrest.
20.
20. Solomon
Hey, still good.
is not here. I didn't say it was bad. TJ.
14.
Ben is gone and Kate is gone. All right. If you haven't already, give it back to the person it belongs to. If you haven't already, give it back to the person it belongs to. All right. Are there questions on the 5-number summary from what you just did? No questions? Forrest, you good? Okay. Come on, remote. Did you just eat it? I can see that's right there. All right. So what we're gonna do now, real quick, is we're gonna go.
Oh, kind of.
You want me to click on it?
It's that.
All right. I wish you would just focus on the stuff you can control and stop drawing attention to everything that's not important. Like it's not really. Jesus. All right. What we're going to talk about real quick, and like I said, this will probably be like a 5-7 minute lesson, is going from the 5-number summary that you guys just did to graphing the box and whisker plot, which is not very complicated once you get to that point. If you can do the 5-number summary, the box and whisker plot is very easy. All right. So I'm going to look at number 1. The minimum was what? 11. The max was, actually, let me do it this way instead. I'm going to go to first quartile, which is 12. Second quartile, I can't spell. First quartile, we said was 12. Second quartile, which is 14. Third quartile, which is, say again?
15.
15, and then the max was 18. All right, I probably should make more room, but. All right, so the first thing you're going to do when you graph these is you have to have a number line, okay? And your number line is going to basically tell what range of numbers you're going to use in order to graph your data, okay? So when I'm looking at it, I look at my minimum number, my maximum number, and I try to figure out a decent range to put the numbers on my number line. So I'm saying between 11 and 18. What's a fair range of numbers to use on my number line?
10 to 20.
10 to 20 is exactly what I was thinking, okay? So if I start with 10, I'm gonna go 12. I'm gonna go
14,
14,
16,
16,
18, 20.
18, and 20. Okay? Now, by all means, if you feel like you want to write each individual number there, by all means do it. You just got to understand, I'm thinking, and my son could probably tell you, my 4-year-old will tell you that's 11. Okay, so I'm assuming that you guys can probably do that too. All right? So the minimum, what I would do, and the reason I put the maximum at the end, because it's going to be at the end of our summary. Okay? So I'm going to say the minimum is what? 11. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and I'm going to plot it right here. Okay? First quartile is 12, so I'm going to go up from there to right here. Okay? My second quartile was 14, which is right here. My third quartile is 15, which actually is right here. And my maximum is 18, which is right here. Okay? So what I've done is I've gone from the 5-number summary to starting my graph. The 3 interior numbers are going to be the points on your graph, your quartiles. Okay? And then the box, the whisker, connects your minimum and your maximum. That's your box and whisker plot.
I remember
Yes.
you
Are they supposed to be on your list?
It is based on the data. I mean, the data will dictate how
Well,
much.
I meant like there's like.
Oh, well, you mean is it supposed to be straight across?
Yeah.
Straight across, yeah. It's just hard for me to see standing up on it.
So the lines, like the middle, isn't always in the middle?
The middle will not always be the middle.
Okay. And do you have to have that little line then?
Yes,
Number?
because if you just put a box up here with the box and whiskers and give no data as far as what it is, what the numbers are,
Yeah.
we'll have no clue. So you always draw a number line, I was going to say a data table, a number line up underneath so we know what your range of numbers is.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, here, let's do another one. All right, so I'm going to go, let's look at number 3. Okay, let's look at number 3, the data set in that one. So what I would do is I would say, my numbers are 32 to 38. So a reasonable range of numbers is going to be what? 30 to 40. So I would say 30. And again, you know that's 31. This will be 32. 33, 34. 35, 36. 37, 38. 39, and 40. Okay? I probably should have done this lower, but it'll be all right. So what I'm going to do is, what's your minimum? What's the minimum? Say again? 32. So I'm going to do my minimums right here.
Which column is this?
Number 3. Pay attention. All right. The first quartile is
35.
35, which is all the way over here. Okay, and I can't tell whether or not this is straight because I'm standing right up on it. The second quartile, 37. It's right there. Third quartile,
37.5.
37.5. So again, we talked about this when we were doing the coordinate planes, 37, 38. 37.5 is going to be right between.